Hi, so we're going to walk through your syllabus for the geometry and trigonometry course. This is housed and can be located in the Google Classroom. Um, so the most recent update on this was 8/27, so that's good news. It's fairly recent. If I do any updating to it, the updates will post in the Google Classroom, and I'll notify you of them. And this is basically the rules of the road for this course. Um, all right, so just a quick overview of the course. This is, part of the math sequence here in the upper school. We're intending on you taking some advanced mathematics courses, like either in the calculus or the statistics track. Most of what we cover here is material that started in Euclid's Elements. It is going to do a little bit of analytic geometry, and ultimately we're going to pick up some trigonometry. This is considered an accelerated course because we're kind of bunching some stuff together here, and that's why it gets the honors title of part of this course. We meet during the E block. This is my name. My free periods are D and G. This is how you can reach me by email. My preferred mode of communication is email. I'm really good about getting back and making things happen. All right. So you've got a bit here about things that we're going to cover and expect you to be able to do. A lot of that's not going to make sense until you get into the course, so I'm not going to go too far into this. The book for the course is a book called Geometry. It's by Jurgensen, Brown, and Jurgensen. It's a pretty comprehensive book that follows Euclid's Elements and works its way out. It's the classic book for a geometry course. You need a TI-84 graphing calculator for this class. My thinking on this is that calculator, the TI-84, is something that you can use on the SAT and ACT, and the more familiar you get with how to manipulate that calculator, the better off you're going to be when you're doing those ever important tests that determine college admissions and things like that. We're going to get using laptop computers, we're going to install Geometer Sketchpad on your computer. It's going to be a tool that I use pretty commonly in this class. So we're going to walk through how to do that in maybe a day or so that you can get that installed. We have a license as part of this course. This is the first year for that at Garrison Forest. It's something that I pushed for, and I'm pretty excited about. So I like the tool, so we'll go with that. I have a course schedule here. You're going to see that this is a massively long course. It has 14 units, so they're going to be coming at you kind of quick. We go everything from like the foundations of geometry on through the last couple of units are going to be trigonometric basis. Something to recognize: on the 3rd of March, there is our exam. So that's kind of a midway stopping point for exams. So 3rd of March is an exam, and that's kind of how it's a good chance for me to see where you're at with things. Don't stress about that yet, but I just wanted to highlight that in here. Most of the assessment dates are here, and like I said, they're all subject to revision. If I make any changes in that, I will notify you immediately. Okay, how do you get a grade in this course? It's pretty simple. You're going to get 3 grades. You're going to get a first semester grade, a second semester grade, and an exam grade. Okay, so basically what we do is we add the 2 semester grades and divide by 2, and that's 85% of your course. That's where this 42.5% comes to. 42.5 and 42.5 added together is 85%. And then the last 15% is your exam grade. So 42.5 is 85, and 15 makes 100. So that's 100% of your grade. Each semester is going to be broken down into 2 parts. Uh, this is not correct. Let me make this my first revision. This should be 10%, and this should be 90%. Not sure why that happened. So we will say that we updated the syllabus on 8/29, and this is now version 1.1. All right, so there we go. See how easy that is? All right, so it is 10% of your grade will be earned through formative assessments, and 90% of your grade will be earned through summative assessments. So formative assessments are things that are larger class assignments, quizzes, stuff like that. 90% is the summative assessments, the unit tests, things like that. All right, so because this is considered a 9th grade level course, you're going to be able to retake 2 summative assessments during each semester. So 4 all total for the year, 2 in each semester. Retakes have to be done within 1 cycle from which it is returned. I'm pretty good about getting tests back next class, so my turnaround's pretty good, quick on tests. So if you want to retest, you have to notify me via email. Okay, so let me put that out there one more time. You have to notify me via email within 1 day of the assessment being returned. The way this works is if you do a retest, the score replaces the score of the earlier test, even if it's the lower of the 2. So let's say you got 75 on a test, and you retest, and it comes out as a 68. Okay, you get to keep the 68, okay? Because that's saying I really didn't know as much as I thought I did. If you got a 75 and then the next one comes out as a 92, you get the 92. I'm not averaging, I'm replacing. And you get the most recent test. So the one there's a replacement going on there. You're also going to have notes in your report cards about your ability to persevere, think critically, work creatively, be collaborative, and be curious. And of course, there's the ever infamous sliders on the report card about engagement, attention to detail, organization, self-advocacy, and timely completion of work. Right, so this is all going to be on your report cards. Okay, attendance policy is something that I just ripped from the handbook. It's like, I play by the rules, okay? So you have to be on time. If you're not within the first 10 minutes of class, that's getting you a demerit. If you miss more than half of class, that's considered a cut. That's 6 demerits. So, play by the rules, play by the rules, play by the rules. Be here on time every day, and none of this will matter. Okay. If you're late, or not late, but absent, you're responsible for your missed work. According to the handbook, make arrangements with me. Let's get it done. Okay, academic honesty. I put this in here because we just don't want any lack of clarity about cheating. Cheating is going to be really, really iffy because people get confused, okay? And I want to be really, really clear on a place where people get confused. There are moments of collaboration, which we reward you for, and then there is cheating, and these are not the same thing. Okay, so I have a very clear definition in my head as to what these 2 things are. Okay, so if 2 students are working together and they take out a sheet of paper and they work together on that sheet of paper and they solve a problem or complete a task, and then when they finish with that, they take that sheet of paper and they dispose of it. So you take it, you crinkle it up, you throw it in a trash can, and then the 2 students go and they walk to different places and write down their own responses that may stem from the work that they did collaboratively, but it's their own work. That's collaboration. So I should end up with 2 students with 2 separate products that don't look identical, right? Because if you do that, you're going to end up with 2 papers that look slightly different, and it's going to be clear that you collaborated, but also clear that you have done some of your own independent work. Now, If you take that sheet of paper that you worked on collaboratively, put both of your names on it, and handed it in, that's cheating. Okay? Or if one of you wrote down everything and the other one sat down and wrote down everything that that person wrote down, or you both wrote down what was on the third piece of paper identically, that's cheating. Okay? So cheating is basically taking credit for someone else's work rather than making it your own. One sheet of paper thrown away and then working independently, that's collaboration, because that's figuring something out together and then demonstrating independent knowledge. Okay? So just being really clear on that I don't want to get into a quagmire of problems there, because I am encouraging you to collaborate but discouraging you from cheating and all of that. So let's get back to a more positive note. Again, this is your master document for this course. You can see that I see it as an organic document. If we need to make changes to it because something's not going right in class or it's not working for you from a learning perspective, I need you to let me know and we'll kind of hash that out and see what we can do to make this work better. Again, if I make amendments to this document, they will show up in the Google Classroom, and I'll point to where those changes are. And remember, ultimately, this is about you learning geometry and trigonometry. And if this course is not serving that end, we need to make adjustments. So again, it's a live and organic document that we can work with, but this is kind of our contract as a community on how we're going to learn in this class. All right, so look forward to the rest of the year, and this is the syllabus.